Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. Fox World News.
March 21st, 5 o'clock America, New York. U.S. left out as China. Iran come out on top in latest deal with Saudi Arabia. Sign of the times. China and Iran come out on top in latest deal with Saudi Arabia, explains one expert, as concerns mount over U.S.-Israeli standing in the Middle East.
New York Times World News.
March 21st, 5 o'clock America, New York, following a folktale through the Himalayas. On a trip through northern India, a writer was guided by the age-old epic story of Rajula Malashahi, which led him to a series of unexpected places. The Panchachuli Peaks, a group of 5 snow-capped Himalayan peaks that reach 22,651 feet, and Rajramba, which reaches 21,447 feet, on the left, tower over the Johar Valley and Kumaon.
Time: March 21st, 5 o'clock America, New York. State prison sentences in the U.S. are getting longer, but not necessarily keeping us safer. Over the last few decades, the share of incarcerated people in U.S. state prisons serving long sentences has increased significantly, and it's not necessarily keeping us safer, according to a new analysis by a nonpartisan criminal justice group.
Mirror World News.
March 21st, 4:56 America, New York. Police searching for new Loch Ness monster in depths of reservoir by massive dam. The monster has been spotted by locals swimming in the depths of a reservoir beside an enormous dam in the city of Atizapan de Zaragoza, in Mexico, more than 5,000 miles away from Scotland's Loch Ness.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 4:45 America, New York. Indonesia cough syrup deaths. Relief for families as court allows lawsuit. More than 200 children died from tainted cough syrup. Now a court will let parents seek compensation.
New York Times World News.
March 21st, 4:43 America, New York. Report finds London police force as sexist and racist. The report, ordered up after the murder of Sarah Everard by a London police officer in 2021, denounced the culture within Britain's largest police force and called for change. Louise Casey, Centre, was appointed to conduct an independent review into the standards of behaviour and the internal culture of the London Metropolitan Police Service.
New York Times World News.
March 21st, 4:07 America, New York. An explosion in Crimea destroyed Russian cruise missiles, Ukrainian officials say. A damaged Kalibr missile used by the Russian army in the Kharkiv region of northeastern Ukraine in October.
Time:
March 21st, 4 o'clock America, New York. Taiwan's president is planning to visit America. U.S. officials don't want China to overreact. Washington. The Biden administration is putting out the word in advance that an expected unofficial stopover in the United States by Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen would fall in line with recent precedent and should not be used as a pretext by Beijing to step up aggressive activity in the Taiwan Strait.
RT World News.
March 21st, 3:58 America, New York. Australian veteran charged with war crime. A former Special Forces trooper has been accused of murdering an Afghan civilian while deployed to the country.
Time:
March 21st, 2:26 America, New York. Credit Suisse bankers looking for new jobs are flooding headhunters with calls. Recruiters across the world are getting an unprecedented flood of calls from Credit Suisse Group AG bankers seeking new jobs as the embattled Swiss lender is set to be taken over by UBS Group AG.
RT World News. March 21st, 1:16 America, New York. Turkey reveals cost of earthquake damage. The EU has offered to help cover a small fraction of the reconstruction efforts following quakes that left more than 50,000 dead.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 1:07 America, New York. Saud Ibrahim Al-Mahdi. Saudi Arabia releases U.S. man jailed over tweets. Saud Ibrahim Al-Mahdi, 72, was arrested in November 2021 when he arrived in Riyadh to visit his family.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 1:03 America, New York. Zhao Weiguo, Chinese regulator accuses chip tycoon of corruption. Zhao Weiguo formerly headed Tsinghua Unigroup, which was one of China's leading chipmakers.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
March 21st, 0:40 America, New York. Dentist accused of killing wife by lacing protein shakes with poison. Police in Colorado believe a dentist killed his wife by lacing her pre-workout protein shakes with arsenic and cyanide, So he could be with a fellow dentist he was having an affair with. James Craig.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
March 20. 2255 America New York, Japan's Kishida heading to Ukraine for talks with Zelensky. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida was heading to Kyiv early Tuesday for talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
RT World News.
March 20, 2234 America New York. Biden to release COVID intelligence. A newly enacted law will still allow for redactions to keep some highly classified information under wraps.